I want us to have a look at some remarks made by Uhuru Kenyatta a few months ago. The remarks have seriously been trending today, and even K24, through their online pages, have been sharing out the remarks. But as usual, before we have a look at the remarks, let me say this. Look at Uhuru Kenyatta and then you look at Ruto. Uhuru is coming out as patient and slow to act. Ruto is coming out as not very patient, but very quick to act. And then somebody might be tempted to ask, how did William Ruto manage to beat a popular candidate like Raila Odinga being supported by the government? Because we know Raila Odinga has been one of the most popular politicians we have in the country for some years now. How did William Ruto manage to beat a Raila Odinga being supported by the government? It all boils down to the character traits of Uhuru and Ruto. Uhuru is too patient and slow to act. Ruto is not very patient, but very quick to act. Uhuru failed to act in good time, and that's why Wafula Chebukati and his team went ahead to do what they did. Assuming Ruto was the president at that time, I don't think Wafula Chebukati could have even presided over the 2022 presidential election. He could have been removed through all the means. Uhuru slept on the job, and that's how Raila Odinga was eventually beaten. And on the part of Raila Odinga, his patience also costed him the 2022 presidential election. Raila is also coming out to me as a very patient individual, and that's also working against him, even in his own ODM party. We are seeing some rebels, such as Esther Passaris, still attending ODM functions. While we know for sure Esther Passaris dumped ODM party long time ago. In fact, she has not been acting in the best interests of the ODM party. But you are seeing Raila Odinga still entertaining her. And not only Esther Passaris, but we have so many cases where Raila's patience has costed him politically. I'm bringing that story for Kenyans to understand what's happening between William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. Ruto knows that if he entertains Rigathi Gachagua till 2027 elections, Rigathi will be too strong, too powerful to be stopped. And Ruto does not want Rigathi Gachagua to also succeed him. He doesn't want Rigathi to mature up as the mountain's political kingpin. Ruto knows that the earlier he kills Rigathi Gachagua, the better. Killing Rigathi politically before he matures, Rigathi will die politically. That's why Ruto is impeaching Rigathi Gachagua. And don't be cheated by anybody. An impeached Rigathi Gachagua will die politically. And even on the mountain, contrary to what Kenyans think that the mountain will just blindly follow Rigathi Gachagua, that might not be the case. The mountain will most definitely rally behind the new deputy president who will be picked by William Ruto. And we have already seen that person is Professor Kithure Kindiki. Looking on how the mountain reacted today, it's very clear Mount Kenya East is already now solidly behind Ruto and behind Kithure Kindiki. Mount Kenya West, there are still some mamas. And William Ruto will not fail to get pockets of votes from Mount Kenya West. At the end of the day, there is no one single leader who will mature up as the undisputed Mount Kenya political kingpin. That's what Ruto wants. And from where I see it, he's actually getting that. So Ruto's not being patient and quick to act also has got some advantages. And the advantages are he can easily fix his political opponents or rivals in good time before they mature properly to antagonize him. These remarks have been trending today. These days, I don't say much. I just sit and watch. Sometimes I see how things are unfolding and I just hold my head in disbelief. Then I ask myself, should I cry? Sometimes I just laugh. Uhuru Kenyatta, 18th February 2024. These remarks have been trending today. And if you look at these remarks, you can think Uhuru Kenyatta was talking today, looking on what has been happening in the country. We are seeing Rigathi Gachagua being impeached. He moves to court, and then there is total drama, total confusion. I want us to dig deep into all this for Kenyans to understand what's happening here. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. Yes, the gods are revenging on behalf of Uhuru Kenyatta. Life is sometimes spiritual. Karma is doing its revenge on behalf of Uhuru Kenyatta. Rigathi was used to destroy Uhuru politically. Other leaders are now being used to destroy him, Rigathi politically. And Rigathi's destruction has come way too early. Rigathi never expected that. Karma is revenging on behalf of Uhuru Kenyatta. Look at Ndindi Nyoro. As I talk, Ndindi Nyoro is on the verge of being de-whipped. And Ruto will de-whip Ndindi Nyoro. And if Ndindi Nyoro is not careful, William Ruto will equally destroy him. So Ndindi Nyoro's goose is also cooked. His failure to vote on the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua has worked against him. Ruto no longer trusts Ndindi Nyoro. And sooner, we will all see Ndindi Nyoro being punished dearly for having not voted to impeach Rigathi. And Rigathi's team are also not trusting Ndindi Nyoro because he never voted to save Rigathi Gachagua. So Ndindi Nyoro is standing between a rock and a very hard place. This side sees he never helped them. This side is angry with him because he never voted to impeach Rigathi. So again, Ndindi Nyoro might also just end up being destroyed politically. Kimani Ichung'wah is having some serious problems on the ground because he's being seen as the leader of this army lynching Rigathi Gachagua. That obviously puts him at loggerheads with some Rigathi Gachagua supporters of the mountain. These were all vocal leaders who were used to destroy Uhuru Kenyatta. You are now seeing they are facing imminent destructions. And if you look at William Samoei Ruto, in the 2 years of William Ruto's presidency, he has gone through hell. There was the Gen Z revolution that almost kicked him out of power. Internationally, everywhere he was embarrassed. Ruto had hoped to create an image that he was an African leader loved by his people. But he was embarrassed when the whole world saw Kenyans rejecting him. And then to add salt to injury, his own deputy also rebelled against him. So just as he did rebel against Uhuru Kenyatta, his own deputy also rebelled against him. So what goes around comes around. All these leaders who frustrated Uhuru Kenyatta, in one way or the other, they are also being frustrated. And also, I believe, A weekend Kenya Kwanza will mean William Ruto will have no option but to rely solely on Raila Odinga's support. So Raila will be calling shots. I know William Ruto might have not loved to be in such a position where he must seek some permission or where he must appease or please Raila Odinga. Ruto would love the situation where he is the king, he's the one calling shots on his own terms. But with Rigathi gone, Ruto clearly does not have that luxury. He has to stoop low to please Raila Odinga for him to succeed. So there is total mess, and these leaders who disturbed Uhuru, they are also just being served from the same dish they did serve Uhuru Kenyatta. So these remarks by Uhuru Kenyatta are very prophetic. You can even think Uhuru was talking today. Just look at the confusion in Kenya today. Let me stop it there. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.